My sister begged, "Please don't come to my wedding." "Why?" I asked. She sighed. "I don't want people to know you're just a cleaner." My mother added coldly, "We'll say you're dead. Never contact us again." I stood in my kitchen, the coffee I'd made her still steaming. Samantha wore a $300 blouse from her engagement photos. She wouldn't look at me, just a cleaner. I'd built premium clean services from nothing. Started with one mop 6 years ago. Now I had 12 employees and commercial contracts, but none of that mattered. Mom nodded. "Kevin's family is very prominent. His father knows the governor. We can't have them finding out about you." Samantha finally met my eyes. "Tell people you weren't invited because you weren't." I didn't cry until they left. Then I spent an hour on my bathroom floor holding the navy dress I'd bought, $89 from Macy's. The wedding was Saturday at the Grandview Hotel. I spent that week buried in work trying not to think about being erased. Saturday arrived. I was at the Hamilton estate, a mansion where I'd maintained marble floors for 3 years. Mrs. Hamilton trusted me with her keys. My phone exploded at 2:47 p.m. Mom ignored, sister ignored, then 12 more calls in 5 minutes. Finally, Aunt Karen called. "Alyssa, thank God there's an emergency." I wiped sweat from my forehead. "What emergency?" "The venue flooded. Water pipe burst. The ballroom is underwater. Wedding's in 3 hours and they have nowhere to go." "That's terrible. Your sister remembered you cleaned that event space downtown. The Riverside Center. Can you get them in? 300 guests are coming." The Riverside Center. My biggest client. 4 years maintaining it. The owner trusted me completely. I had keys to the entire building. I let the silence stretch. "Alyssa, why would my dead sister need help?" Karen's voice cracked. "I know what they said was wrong, but don't punish Samantha. She's desperate. Put her on." Shuffling. Then Samantha's voice thick with tears. "Alyssa, I'm so sorry. Please, if you can help, I'll do anything. Anything." I looked around Hamilton's pristine kitchen. Thought about years building something real while my family treated me like I was invisible. What about Kevin's father, the governor's friend? What's he going to think when your cleaner sister saves your wedding? Silence. Then Samantha whispered, "I don't care anymore. I need help." My mother cut in. "We'll pay whatever you want. $15,000 cash tonight." Mom gasped. "That's absurd. Find another venue in 2 hours then." "Wait," Samantha said. "Okay, 15,000. One more thing." I took a breath. "You stand up at your reception and tell every guest the truth, that your sister owns a cleaning company, that I got you this venue, that you uninvited me because you were ashamed. All of it." "Alyssa," Mom started, but Samantha interrupted. "Done. I'll say everything. Just make the call." I made them wait 30 seconds, then called Mr. Dalton. The venue was available, always was on Saturdays for emergency bookings. I called back. "You have Riverside Center ceremony at 5:30. I'll meet you at 4. I showed up in my uniform, navy polo with premium clean services owner embroidered on it. Work boots, hair in a ponytail. Mom's face went white. The coordinator looked confused until I handed over keys. Kevin's parents arrived while I was there. His father walked right up. "You're the sister who saved the day." "That's me." He shook my hand firmly. "My son told me what you do. Built your business from scratch." "That's impressive. We need a new cleaning company for our office buildings." "Got a card?" I handed him one while Mom watched in horror. The reception came. I sat in back in work clothes. When Samantha stood for her speech, she looked at me. She told them everything. Every guest turned. Kevin's father started clapping first and the whole room joined. Mom left early, didn't stay for cake. Samantha started answering to my name at family dinners. Changed her coffee order to mine. Wore her hair the same. Bought similar clothes. She asked my friends about my routines. Showed up at my doctor using my name. Yesterday she came to my apartment with a notary and a document already signed in perfect copy of my handwriting. I refused to witness it. She smiled. "Doesn't matter. I've already been to your bank." I called my bank immediately. They confirmed someone matching my description had been in that morning with proper ID and changed account details. I drove there. Demanded to see the security footage. The woman on screen looked exactly like me. Dressed like me. Signed like me. The manager apologized but said everything checked out. I turned around and Samantha was standing in the lobby holding my actual driver's license that I thought was in my wallet. She handed it to me with this smile that made my skin crawl. "You left it at Mom's house 3 weeks ago when you came for dinner. Remember? You were so stressed about the Hamilton contract you forgot to grab it on your way out." I snatched it from her hand. My fingers were shaking so hard I could barely hold it. "How did you get into my wallet this morning then?" "Oh, that wasn't yours." She pulled out another license from her purse. "I got a replacement made. Told them I lost mine. Took your birth certificate from Mom's safe to prove identity." She kept talking like we were discussing the weather. "Actually, I've had access to all your documents for weeks now. Mom keeps everything in that safe, you know. Your social security card, your business registration papers, even your first apartment lease." The bank manager was watching us. "Ma'am, is everything all right?" "No," I said. "This woman is impersonating me. She's not authorized to access my accounts." Samantha turned to him. "I'm so sorry. My sister has been struggling lately. She gets confused sometimes." She showed him both licenses side by side. "See? I'm Alyssa Monroe. This is all just a misunderstanding." The manager looked between us. "You both have identification with the same name?" "She stole my identity," I said. But even as I said it, I knew how it sounded. The manager's expression shifted to pity. "I think you both should leave," he said gently. "We can sort this out with proper documentation and perhaps a lawyer present." I grabbed Samantha's arm in the parking lot. "What are you doing?" She pulled away. "What am I doing?" "What are you doing, Alyssa?" "Oh wait, I'm Alyssa now." She laughed. "You know what's funny? Kevin's family loved you so much at that wedding. His dad offered you contracts. Everyone clapped when I told them about your little cleaning business." She said it like I sold drugs. For the first time in my life, people looked at our family with respect instead of pity, because of you. So this is what? Payback? No. She got in her car, my car actually, a 2019 Honda Accord I'd saved 2 years to buy. This is me taking what should have been mine from the start. Mom agrees. We talked about it a lot. I drove straight to my office. The building was downtown, second floor of a renovated factory. I'd signed a 3-year lease last January. When I walked in, Samantha was sitting at my desk, my laptop open in front of her, my files spread out, my client binders organized exactly how I kept them. The nameplate on the desk said, Alyssa Monroe, owner. What the hell are you doing in my office? My office, she corrected. She didn't even look up from the computer. Did you know you missed a payment to your supplier last month? I took care of it. Also, the Hamilton contract is up for renewal next week. I already scheduled the meeting. My assistant Brianna came in carrying coffee. Oh good, you're both here. She set a cup in front of Samantha. Your usual extra foam. Then she looked at me. Can I get you anything? Brianna, I hired you 9 months ago. You know who I am. She glanced at Samantha nervously. Of course I do. You're her sister. She mentioned you might stop by. I'm not her sister. I am her. This is my company. Samantha stood up slowly. She'd done something to her hair. Styled it exactly like mine. That messy bun I always wore when I was working. Brianna, can you give us a minute? When we were alone, Samantha sat on the edge of the desk. I've been coming here for 2 weeks. Early mornings before anyone arrived. I know everything, Alyssa. I know you're behind on the Jefferson account because their building manager is impossible. I know you give Jake Fridays off because his daughter has physical therapy. I know you keep backup uniforms in the closet because Danny always spills coffee on himself. She picked up my coffee mug, the one that said boss lady in chipped letters. I know this business better than you do now because I actually studied it instead of just stumbling through. You can't just take over my company. I'm not taking it over. I already have. She opened the desk drawer and pulled out a folder. New bank account, set up last week. All vendor contracts updated with my signature. Business registration modified to reflect the correct owner information. Your employees have been working for me for days and didn't even notice the transition. That's fraud. That's illegal. Prove it. She smiled. You think anyone's going to believe the crazy lady who showed up at the bank screaming about identity theft? I have all the documentation. You have nothing. I called my lawyer on the way to my apartment, got voicemail, called again, nothing. When I pulled up to my building, the landlord was in the lobby. Mr. Peters, I need to talk to you about my sister. He looked uncomfortable. Your sister? I thought you were an only child. What? No, I have a sister. Samantha. She's been impersonating me. Miss Monroe, maybe you should sit down. He guided me to a chair in the lobby. I received a form last week requesting a change to your lease. Something about medical issues requiring your sister to be added as primary tenant. You signed it yourself. I didn't sign anything. He pulled out his phone and showed me a scanned document. My signature. Perfect. There's more, he said. She came by yesterday with a medical power of attorney. Said you've been having episodes. Memory problems. She seemed really worried about you. Where did she get a medical power of attorney? You signed it. He showed me another document. That was definitely my signature, or close enough that I couldn't tell the difference. I went upstairs. My key didn't work. I tried it 3 times before Mr. Peters came up behind me. She said you might try to use the old key. He pulled out a new one. She had the locks changed for security reasons. Something about you losing your keys frequently? Let me in my own apartment. I don't think that's a good idea without her present. I shoved past him and pounded on the door. Samantha opened it wearing my clothes. My favorite sweater, the gray one with the loose threads I'd never bothered to fix. Behind her, I could see my apartment except it wasn't quite right. The couch was similar but new. The coffee table identical but shinier. Half my furniture had been replaced with exact copies. You changed my locks? Our locks, she said. And honestly, some of this furniture was pretty worn out. I upgraded us. Mr. Peters was still standing there. Miss Monroe, perhaps we should all sit down and talk about this calmly. Samantha put her hand on my shoulder. She's been under a lot of stress. Work has been overwhelming her. She looked at Mr. Peters with these concerned eyes. I'm worried about her. I drove to Mom's house going 20 over the limit the whole way. She answered the door in her bathrobe even though it was 3 p.m. Took one look at me and sighed. Samantha called. Said you were having a difficult day. Mom, what did you do? She let me in. Poured herself wine. Didn't offer me any. I helped your sister, she said simply. I made a mistake uninviting her from her own wedding. I hurt her deeply. This is me fixing it. Fixing it? She's stealing my identity. She's taking over my life. Is it really stealing if she deserves it more? Mom sat down at the kitchen table. You've always been the strong one, Alyssa. Independent, driven. You didn't need us. But Samantha? She looked at me like I should understand. She's always struggled. That business was supposed to be something you could do together, but you kept it all for yourself. I started that business alone, with my own money, with knowledge I gave you. Mom's voice was sharp. Who taught you about cleaning? Who worked as a maid for 15 years to keep you fed? You took what I knew and made money from it while your sister worked retail jobs and cried herself to sleep because nothing ever worked out for her. So you're helping her steal my company. I'm helping her take what should have been shared from the beginning. Mom drained her wine glass. She's been coming here for weeks. I taught her everything I taught you. We practiced your mannerisms, your speech patterns. I told her stories from your childhood so she'd know things only you would know. She even knows about that time you broke Mrs. Hamilton's vase and replaced it without telling her. My hands were shaking. Why? Because I made the wrong daughter successful, and now I'm correcting it. Samantha needs this. You'll be fine. You've always been fine. I'm not fine. I'm losing everything. Then you'll understand how Samantha felt when you had everything and she had nothing. I found out Samantha had filed legal paperwork to change her name the next day. I only knew because Aunt Karen called me crying. She said Samantha called her pretending to be me, and Karen had believed her completely. Said she sounded exactly like me, knew things only I would know. When Karen found out the truth, she felt sick. I went to the courthouse. Sure enough, there was a petition for legal name change. Samantha Monroe to Alyssa June Monroe, my full legal name. The hearing was scheduled for 3 weeks out. She can't just take my name. The clerk looked bored. If she has proper documentation and a valid reason, she can petition for any name change. Happens all the time. That's my name. I'm Alyssa Monroe. Then you might want to get a lawyer and contest it at the hearing. I tried to hire a lawyer. Every single one I called said the same thing. This would be an expensive case. Identity theft is hard to prove when the person has legitimate access to all your documentation. Family cases are complicated. Did I have evidence of fraud? Could I prove the signatures weren't mine? Did I have witnesses? I had nothing except my own word against someone who looked like me, sounded like me, and had all my legal documents. The bank froze my accounts pending investigation. I couldn't access my own money. Premium Clean Services continued operating normally with Samantha signing all the checks. My employees believed she was me. My clients believed she was me. The whole world was gaslighting me and I had no way to fight back. I went to see Mrs. Hamilton. She'd known me for 3 years. She'd trusted me with her home. If anyone would believe me, it would be her. When I got there, Samantha was already in the house. She was wearing my uniform, the navy polo with my name stitched on it. She was mopping the marble floors in the exact pattern I'd taught myself through trial and error. Mrs. Hamilton was in the kitchen with her. Mrs. Hamilton, I need to talk to you. The old woman smiled warmly. Oh, you must be Alyssa's sister. She mentioned you might stop by. You look so much alike. No, I'm Alyssa. That's my sister Samantha. Mrs. Hamilton's smile faded. Dear, that's not funny. Impersonating your sister is inappropriate. Samantha came out of the hallway. It's okay, Mrs. Hamilton. She's been confused lately. I'm worried about her. She knew exactly what to say. See, she's wearing regular clothes instead of the uniform because she doesn't actually work for the company. She just likes to pretend sometimes. Mrs. Hamilton looked at me with pity. Your sister told me how she saved your wedding when the venue flooded, how she built this company from nothing. She even knows the story about the marble floors, how she saved them 3 years ago with that special ceiling treatment. That was me. I saved those floors. Actually, Samantha said gently, I saved them. Remember? You weren't even there that day. Mrs. Hamilton touched my arm. Maybe you should go home and rest, dear. I walked out feeling like I was losing my mind. Samantha followed me to my car. How do you know about the marble floors? Mom told me, she said. She told me everything. Every client story, every business challenge, every little detail that makes you you. She gestured to herself. Except now I'm better at being you than you are. I drove to Samantha's old apartment across town. She'd been renting a small studio near the mall. When I got there, the door was unlocked. The apartment was empty except for trash bags and a few boxes. I found her journal in one of the boxes, the kind with the broken lock that didn't close properly. The first entry was dated 6 weeks ago, the day after she'd been uninvited from her wedding. I am Alyssa. I am Alyssa. I am Alyssa. Written over and over for 3 pages. The next entry, Mom agrees. She made the wrong daughter successful. We're going to fix this. I'll become her, and she'll become nothing like she made me feel. Page after page of practice signatures. My signature copied 1,000 times until it was perfect. Notes about my mannerisms, the way I tap my pen when I'm thinking, how I always order my coffee with 1 sugar, no cream, the exact shade of lipstick I wear. My password hints she'd guessed correctly. The last entry was from 2 days ago. It's working. People believe me. I'm her now. She's the crazy sister who can't accept reality. Mom was right. This is what should have happened from the beginning. I took the journal and went straight to the police. The officer listened to my story, looked at the journal, then asked for my ID. I showed him my driver's license. And your sister has an identical one? Yes, she got a replacement made fraudulently, but the DMV issued it to her with proper documentation. She used my birth certificate, which she got from where? My mom's safe, but she didn't have permission. The officer leaned back in his chair. Ma'am, this sounds like a civil matter. Family dispute over shared documents. You'll need to resolve this through the courts, probably with a lawyer. She's committing identity theft. Does she have access to your social security number legally? My mom gave it to her. Then it's not theft if it was given with permission by someone who had legal access to the documents. He handed the journal back. I'm sorry, but there's nothing criminal here that we can pursue. You need a lawyer, not a police officer. I broke into Mom's house that night. I knew she kept everything in the safe in her closet. I'd watched her open it 100 times growing up. The combination was my dad's birthday, same as it had been for 20 years. Inside, I found my birth certificate, my social security card, the original registration papers for Premium Clean Services. Underneath those were medical records I'd never seen before. Samantha Monroe, age 19, psychiatric evaluation following incident at college. Patient attempted to assume identity of roommate, claiming the roommate's family, belongings, and life history as her own. Roommate reported patient wearing her clothes, using her ID, and introducing herself by roommate's name to others. Patient became agitated and violent when confronted, requiring campus security intervention. Diagnosis: delusional disorder, grandiose type with identity disturbance. Recommendation: inpatient psychiatric care for 30-day evaluation period. There was a form Mom had signed removing Samantha from the facility after only 8 days. Against medical advice in red stamp at the bottom. A handwritten note from Mom dated 2 months ago was paperclipped to the file. Alyssa has everything Sam should have had. Time to correct this. She's strong enough to start over. Sam isn't. I heard the front door open. Mom's voice called out, "Alyssa, I know you're here. The alarm company called me. I met her in the hallway holding the medical records. You knew she did this before." Mom didn't even look surprised. That was different. She was young and confused. She tried to steal someone's entire identity, Mom, and now she's just taking back what should have been hers. Mom took the file from my hands. "You're successful. You're capable. You'll rebuild. Samantha can't. She needs this more than you do. She's sick. She needs help. Not my entire life. Your entire life was built on advantages she never had. You were always my favorite even though I tried to hide it. You got the better clothes, the more attention, the support when you wanted to start a business. She got whatever was left over. This is me balancing the scales. By helping her destroy me, by helping her become the version of herself she was always meant to be." Mom's voice was cold. "You'll survive this, Alyssa. You always do. Samantha won't survive being the failure forever. So yes, I choose her. I choose to fix my mistake. I tried to take the medical records to a lawyer, any lawyer, but without money for a retainer and with Samantha now controlling my bank accounts, no one would take my case. They all said the same thing. This would be expensive, complicated, hard to prove. I went back to my office one last time, brought the original company registration papers, the ones I'd filed myself 6 years ago with my fingerprints all over them. If I could prove I'd physically filed the original documents, maybe someone would believe me. When I got there at 3 a.m., Samantha was already in the office. She smiled when I walked in. "Figured you'd try this eventually. These have my fingerprints on them. Proof I filed them, not you." She held up her phone. "Already reported stolen business documents to the police. If you try to use those, I'll have you arrested for theft." She'd thought of everything. I stood there holding the papers I'd filled out myself, in my own handwriting, with my own hands 6 years ago. They were worthless. "Why are you doing this?" "Because I can." She walked closer. "Because Mom thinks I should. Because every single person we know believes I'm you, and you're just some sad, crazy sister having a breakdown. Because I'm actually better at running your company than you were. You can't actually run it. You don't know how, don't I?" She pulled up a spreadsheet on my laptop. I renegotiated the supplier contract, saved 18%. I upsold the Hamilton estate on premium services, added $2,000 monthly to that contract. The Jefferson account that was about to drop us? I fixed their building manager problem by actually listening instead of arguing. "Your revenue is up 12% since I took over." My hands were shaking. "This is insane. This is justice. You took the life I was supposed to have. You made me look like a failure at my own wedding. Remember how everyone clapped for you? How Kevin's dad wanted to give you contracts? That should have been my moment, but you stole it. I saved your wedding and made yourself the hero of my story, like always." She turned back to the computer. "I'm filing a restraining order tomorrow. You're not allowed within 500 feet of this office, the apartment, or any of our clients. If you violate it, you'll be arrested." "Our clients?" "My clients," she corrected. Over the next 2 weeks, I watched her destroy every client relationship I'd built by being better at it than I'd ever been. She gave the Jefferson account a 10% discount on their next 3 months. She offered Mrs. Hamilton weekly service instead of bi-weekly at the same price. She remembered personal details about everyone that I'd never thought to remember because Mom had coached her. Jake told me at the coffee shop that he actually preferred working for the new Alyssa. Said she was more organized, more appreciative, more professional. He didn't even recognize me. I was just some woman asking strange questions about his boss. Brianna posted on social media about her amazing boss who turned the company around in just a month. There was a picture of Samantha at my desk, wearing my clothes, holding my coffee mug. 312 likes. I tried to find Kevin. If anyone knew the truth, he did. He'd been married to Samantha. He knew she wasn't me. I tracked him down at his new apartment downtown. He answered the door looking exhausted. "Alyssa, I can't help you. You know I'm the real Alyssa." "Do I?" He rubbed his face. "Your sister showed up at my place 3 weeks ago acting exactly like you, talking like you, moving like you." I honestly couldn't tell the difference. It freaked me out so badly I left. My family already thinks I married into a disaster. I don't want anything to do with either of you. Kevin, please. I need someone to tell the truth. The truth? The truth is, I don't know which one of you is which anymore and I don't care. He started closing the door. "Leave me alone. Both of you." He blocked my number, blocked my email. When I tried to show up at his office, security escorted me out because Samantha had already warned them about her unstable sister. I realized fighting was making it worse. Every time I tried to prove I was myself, I looked more desperate, more unstable, more like exactly what Samantha was telling everyone I was. So I stopped. I stopped calling the bank, stopped showing up at the office, stopped trying to prove anything to anyone. I sat in a motel room I'd paid for with my last emergency cash and watched Samantha's social media. She'd changed her profile name to Alyssa Monroe, posted pictures of herself at my desk, at my apartment, wearing my clothes, living my complete life. She posted a photo with Mom at dinner. The caption said, "So grateful for my amazing mother who's always supported my dreams." 147 likes, comments from people I knew, from clients, from employees, all congratulating her on her success, on turning the business around, on being such an inspiration. No one mentioned me. No one wondered where I'd gone. It was like I'd never existed. I thought about burning it all down. The office, the apartment. 6 years of work turned to ash rather than watching her have it. I drove there one night with a gas can from the motel, stood outside in the dark looking up at the windows. The lights were on in my office. I could see Samantha at the desk working late like I used to. She came outside after midnight. We stood facing each other in the parking lot. "I'm not stealing your life," she said calmly. "I'm living the life you stole from me. Mom always meant for me to be the successful one. You were just too selfish to share." I set down the gas can. "You're sick, Sam." "No," she smiled. "I'm finally healthy. I'm finally the person I was supposed to be." You know what the therapist told me when I was 19? That I needed to accept my limitations. That I needed to stop comparing myself to others. That I needed to find my own path. She laughed. "Turns out my path was literally just taking yours. Mom will regret helping you. Mom chose me, finally. After years of choosing you without even realizing it, she picked me over the golden child, and it's the best thing she's ever done for either of us. The business will fail without me. The business is thriving without you. Because I actually care about it instead of just being good at it by accident. I studied every detail. I learned every client. I fixed every problem you were too lazy or too proud to fix properly. I'm better than you ever were." I picked up the gas can and walked away. She called after me. "You should have shared from the beginning. This is what you get for being greedy." I emptied my last savings account the next morning. $3,347. Everything I had left in the world that Samantha hadn't found yet. I packed one bag with clothes that didn't look like anything she'd seen me wear, cut my hair short in a gas station bathroom, drove 12 hours to a city I'd never been to, and rented a room by the week in a building that didn't ask questions. I got a job cleaning offices at night under my middle name, June, minimum wage, no references needed, just show up and work. The supervisor who hired me was named Rita. She was 50-something with kind eyes and calloused hands. "You run from something or to something?" she asked on my first night. "Both," I said. She nodded. "Fair enough. You do good work. I don't ask questions." I cleaned office buildings from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 5 nights a week, made $13 an hour, learned the routes, the buildings, the particular way each client wanted things done. It felt like starting over from scratch, except this time I was invisible. No one knew my name. No one cared about my story. I was just June, the night cleaner who did good work and kept to herself. 3 months went by. I didn't think about Samantha every day anymore. Some days I went whole hours without remembering I used to be someone else. Then Mom called. I almost didn't answer. The number was blocked, but something made me pick up. "Alyssa?" Mom's voice was strained. "Thank God. I've been trying to reach you." I stayed silent. "Samantha needs you to come back." I hung up. She called again immediately. "Please, just listen." I answered but didn't speak. "The business is struggling. Mom hesitated. "She's not handling it well. Clients are complaining. Employees are quitting. She needs help. She needs you." I laughed. It came out bitter and sharp. "You chose her, Mom. You helped her erase me. I made a mistake." "Which time? When you told her to steal my identity, or when you gave her my social security number? She's your sister. She's falling apart. The company you built is going to fail and she'll have nothing." "Good. Alyssa, please." "My name is June now," I said. "Alyssa doesn't exist anymore. You made sure of that. Don't be dramatic. Just come home and help fix this. We can work something out. Maybe you two can run the company together." Together? I was cleaning baseboards in an empty office building, on my knees scrubbing other people's dirt for minimum wage. Run it together like she ran it into the ground alone? She made some mistakes, but she's learning. Mom's voice cracked. "She's my daughter. You're my daughter. I can't watch her lose everything. You watched her take everything from me. That was different." "How?" "Because she needed it more than you did." I felt nothing when she said it. No anger, no hurt, just empty. "And now she needs me to save her?" "She's asking for you. She admitted she can't do it alone." That's growth, Alyssa. That's her recognizing she needs help. She needs a therapist and medication, not me. Please. Mom was crying now. "I'm begging you. Come home. Fix this. You're the only one who can." I watched the sky starting to lighten through the office windows. My shift was almost over. I'd go back to my room, sleep until 3 p.m., eat something cheap, and come back to do it again. It wasn't much of a life, but it was mine. Actually mine. Not borrowed, not stolen, not shared. Tell Sam I said no. "Alyssa, tell her some people don't deserve to know you're alive." I blocked the number.